Rather than take the word of some marketing company, I want to be able to see my stats, just like an MRI for a doctor, just like a scale for that person. Hey, Dennis Yu here, co-founder of AreYouGoogleable.com. Let's talk about, if you're a local service business, what all this AI technology, Google leak stuff means. So this leak came out that there are 14,000 variables that Google is looking at to determine whether you are Googleable and whether you are lying in SEO. And so all these SEO people have gone nuts trying to deconstruct the clickstream data, and yes, the overall domain matters, not just the page, and Google's lying about this and that. But think of it as a lie detector test. So you and I, we are honest. We're not worried about trying to trick the lie detector test. If we're honest, if we, as a plumber in San Antonio, actually do the thing that we say that we do, then that's going to manifest at great reviews and people coming to our site. Inside of Google Analytics, the behavior of what people are clicking on, the content and what people are clicking on, what them watching our videos on YouTube, our social media presence, all those things are going to check out appropriately. So we are honest. We don't have to worry about every day, like all these changes keep happening. It's timeless. It's just that Google has gotten more and more sophisticated in approximating all these different signals. You know, Danny Liebrandt did a video or podcast with Greg Gifford, and Greg Gifford also validated what we're saying because it's signal analysis. It's combining all these different things. Instead of trying to trick the lie detector test with how you breathe and how you blink and the words that you say and how often you say certain words and your motions and what, just be honest. Now, here's the thing with AI. When you see technology that's come, every 10 years, there's been the word processor, WordPress, PHP, something like a calculator that allows you to do more things. That doesn't eliminate the jobs, at least not at first, because when you have a calculator, it means that people who already know how to do math and know how to do accounting are able to do their job better. Someone who's already competent can do their job 10 times better and faster. But if you don't know accounting, you could be armed with all these tools and calculators surrounding yourself. It doesn't matter. So all these AI tools that can generate stuff, if you don't have the expertise and the knowledge to start with, and I'm talking about these SEO, digital marketing, video editing, whatever, those people, you guys are out of business. You as an agency, because you're here just to make money, I'm sorry, that's not good enough. You need to have hands-on experience doing this thing, and then the AI can make it more valuable. So what does this mean for all of us? Same timeless principles. Look, we're at the freaking Museum of the Vatican here. This place has been around basically almost 2,000 years since we were at the Colosseum yesterday, which was made in 86 AD, like a few years, 50 years after Jesus. This place has been around forever. So what's timeless here? If you do good work, fixing toilets and roofs and lawns and buying and selling houses and taking care of pets and all those local services, if you do those things, then you need someone to collect those signals, to be able to get more reviews, to be able to get the conversions that come from your call rail or from whatever your Service Titan or Angie's List, I don't know, wherever your stuff, House Call Pro, all the CRM data, Salesforce.com, there's all these systems that are pulling in data. That has to be pushed back to Facebook and Google and TikTok and whatnot. So there's a technical component, there's a process component with your operations to collect all this content, to train your technicians, to take photos of the jobs and all that. So there's, ironically, in the world of AI, there's an even greater need for agencies. But these agencies, instead of just being sales bros that are just closing, and all they do, they put 90% of their effort into closing and they don't deliver, it's going to be 90% delivery on actually getting the work done through a sophisticated process of VAs that are using technology. So what I've been working on as a search engine engineer the last couple dozen years is how do we automate this at scale? So we have lots and lots of agency owners that are under a figurehead like a Roger Wakefield for plumbing, or under, a Glenvo for dentists, or under a Jeremy Noman for restoration companies, right? Because all the restoration companies will trust a Jeremy. All of the pool builders will trust Nielsen because it's one of them. It's the top of their industry. Agency owner under that, or multiple agency owners, army of VAs that are using our processes, which we openly share and anyone can contribute, right? This is not like some secret sauce, and the tools that we have. So I am working on building the tools that are necessary to make this happen, to empower all you guys so you can see your stats. You're a landscaper. You should be able to see all your stats. You're Anthony Hill, for example. You run a $10 million landscaping company. Rather than take the word of some marketing company, I want to be able to see my stats, just like an MRI for a doctor, just like a scale for that person, right? I want everyone to be able to see. I want any work that's been done by the VA, by someone who's editing content, by someone who's posting a video, by someone who's running an ad, by someone who's optimizing my GMB or LSA. Anyone should be able to see what the impact, the true financial impact is of that work that's being done. Otherwise, it's just, I'm going to post 10 videos per week to TikTok and Instagram and whatever. What's the ROI on that? I want to see that it's actually driving the business. And thus, the full circle, it's almost like we have to build our own, from a technology standpoint, lie detector test too, to kind of counterbalance Google. Google's looking at all these signals to determine what's real. Our system on the technology side is building our variation is to see, like, are we delivering the right signals back to Google? That requires some data swizzling of API stuff, right? That requires technology on my side and my team of engineers. That requires you as a local service business to make sure you're collecting these signals on behalf. If your guys are doing great work, then our team should be able to pick up, or the agencies that we're partnered with should be able to pick up those signals, push them through to Google, run ads on Google and Facebook, and deliver great results which everyone can see in this measurable system. In the world where it's a big dark room and everyone's saying whatever, they're making stuff up, that's what we want to do here. So if you're wondering, like, why is Dennis doing all these different things, it's because we're trying to build this standard, are you Googleable, for everyone to see, no matter who you're working with, what's working, what's not working. You have someone who's certified that's doing good work and you can keep them accountable. Maybe bring it in-house, keep them accountable. Maybe doing your, whatever it is, all that data is being tracked and pushed back together to feed the Google Knowledge Graph. Now, I've talked a lot about SEO, knowledge panels, knowledge graphs, graph API, search and social, producing content in certain ways, pushing it out there. That whole process is governed by what we call this 4-stage content factory. You as a business owner don't need to understand the detail of what happens inside that, but you do need to understand the big picture of if you actually do the thing you say you do. Water damage restoration in San Antonio. And all these signals, if you do that, all these signals will show up in the right way. You will win if you have the right marketing partners that are working with you. So if that's interesting for you, reach out to me, reach out to whoever we have in that particular vertical. Maybe it's concrete coatings and it's Danny Barrera and Marco Sipple or whatever. Maybe it's roofing and you want to work with Keegan. Then there's a clear process you can follow, you can audit, you can expect. You don't have to hire anyone to do this stuff to be able to get an inspection first, right? You're inspected by the work that you do. We should all be inspected by the same thing. I hope that you see this as completely revolutionizing the world of agency. So the model of agency is dead because it was based on a salesperson who's just taking your order and it's passed off. That the majority of that work that's being done by these agencies is passed off to these white label people because the salesperson has no idea. They just collect the money, say whatever it is, and collect the money and pass it off. That model's dead. The waiter and cook model, that's dead. Now you need practitioners who understand the data. It has to be driven by a clear process of auditability. Now everyone's a mechanic. Instead of the waiter, cook, front office, back office, it's moving towards people who actually know what they're doing and hands-on can work on campaigns. That means the sales rep is no longer necessary at the car dealership. That means just cooks in the kitchen in the back, outsourced to the Philippines or whatever. I love Philippines, but that's not going to work. The model of agency partner working inside these agencies, under the agency figurehead, links that are being distributed the right way, which we'll talk about in another video. That's where it's going, and I encourage you to jump on this before it changes. If you have any questions, reach out to me. Let me know what do you think.